Welcome into Duval Daily, presented by GenJag.com. I'm Jordan Lugo. Thank you so much for tuning in here on Wednesday, October 4th. Help is on the way for your Jacksonville Jaguars. We will get into it right now. Really appreciate y'all tuning in. If you enjoy the content, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. You can also check out GenJag.com/shop. Pick up some new Duval gear. Again, really appreciate y'all being here. So looking at some key players the Jaguars are set to get back here in the next couple weeks. Cam Robinson, he is back from suspension. He will practice this week. In fact, he's out there practicing with the Jaguars in London right now, or just outside of London, I should say. The Jaguars are hopeful that he can play on Sunday, and if he can, it's possible that he'll be in the starting lineup at left tackle, resuming where he left off before the suspension, which would kick Walker Little potentially into left guard, and that could help the Jaguars get their best five on the field right now. I think Cam Robinson is obviously one of their best five offensive linemen. He has not worked at guard or right tackle or anything of that nature. Walker Little has worked at left guard for the Jaguars this year. So I think you see Walker Little kick inside potentially to guard. At this point, it looks like the rest of the offensive line will remain intact in terms of the starting lineup, with Luke Fortner at center, according to Doug Peterson. Obviously, Brandon Sheriff at right guard, and Anton Harrison at right tackle. And this, in my opinion, comes at a good time. I think you're starting to see the right side of that offensive line really play their best football. Anton Harrison had his first clean sheet of his young career against the Falcons last week. 0 pressures allowed. You had Brandon Sheriff play really well against a really difficult interior defensive front for the Falcons last week. He seems to be playing at a high level, and he's a guy that can play at a high level. Cam Robinson, this is a guy that brings leadership, toughness, and nastiness to the football field, so I think you'll be excited to get him back. Again, the Jaguars are hopeful that he can play this Sunday. He's out there practicing with the team right now. Peterson says that Cam Robinson, they know he's ready mentally. He's been with the team the last couple weeks. It's about the physical part. But Peterson says that kind of comes natural for Cam Robinson. So we'll see how it plays out there. The Jaguars, they have an extra week to get him squared away when it comes to the 53-man roster. So he's basically a free roster spot for them this weekend. Nice of the NFL to let them do that. Again, what does he bring on the field, beyond the toughness, nastiness, experience, leadership, all that? I think he's an above average starter at the position. He's a guy that can run block. He's a guy that can pass protect as well. Is he an elite player? Is he an upper echelon player at left tackle? No. But if he can play typical Cam Robinson football and Walker Little can potentially upgrade your pass protection at left guard, you could be looking at a better offensive line, especially when it comes to protecting Trevor Lawrence, giving him time to throw the football. Right now, the offense is operating mostly as a quick strike, get the ball out really quickly, time to throw super low. Cam Robinson will potentially give them a little bit more of the ability to, and not just Cam Robinson, but Walker Little moving inside, potentially give them the ability to push the football down the field a little bit more, which would be welcome. And I think Little at left guard probably would upgrade pass protection, because he is just a much better pass protector right now than when you look at Tyler Shatley, who has some physical limitations, Ben Barch coming back from the knee injury that he hasn't quite been the same player you saw before the knee injury. So I think you definitely are excited to see these guys, Cam Robinson, get back out on the field and see what it looks like with the offensive line with him out there. But remains to be seen if he will be able to suit up this weekend. These next couple days of practice will kind of determine that for him and the Jaguars. DeJuan Smoot, his 21-day practice window also opened, so he has 21 days to be activated from the PUP list. He will practice this week with the Jaguars. The Jags really need him as a rotational rusher, in my opinion. You don't see a lot of guys winning one-on-ones outside of Josh Allen as a pass rusher, and I think DeJuan Smoot brings the ability to do that and to really supplement what Josh Allen is doing. And look, the Jaguars, the pass rush hasn't been completely toothless this year. There have been games where it looked like it struggled. There have been times where it looks like Josh Allen is the only one out there doing anything. There have been other guys stepping up here and there, but I think DeJuan Smoot gives them their best option as a guy who can really help Josh Allen in the pass rush department. How quickly can he get up to speed coming off the Achilles in December? We'll see how it goes, but 21 days for him to be activated. Hopefully you get him back sooner rather than later so he can start helping out Josh Allen on that football field. You've also got Zay Jones, who has been dealing with a knee injury. Jamal Agnew has been dealing with a quad since last week. Both of those guys day to day. You didn't have either of them against the Falcons. If you're able to get them back this week or even the following week, they can really help. Zay Jones is one of the key cogs on the offensive side of the ball, one of the top receivers, a guy who can create separation and make big plays for your offense. Jamal Agnew, he's a little bit of an offensive weapon as well, but one of the best returners in the game. So you're excited to see those guys potentially get back. Antonio Johnson, he is practicing for the first time in the regular season. He's been dealing with a hamstring since the end of training camp. So Antonio Johnson, what does he bring to the table? At this point, he's not going to be a starter for you. You've got Rayshon Jenkins, Andre Sisco, both at safety. You've got Trey Herndon playing pretty well at nickel for you so far. But he will bring, once he's able to return to the field, a really big element on special teams. He is a great special teams player. Heath Farwell raved about him. You saw him during the preseason and training camp making plays on special teams. So you'll get a special teams boost when Antonio Johnson returns to the lineup. So you're getting healthier, it looks like. It's really good stuff. Cam Robinson and DeJuan Smoot bringing proven leadership and production on the trenches could be huge for this team. Just got to get them up to speed physically. Again, Jones is a key cog in the offense. Agnew, one of the best returners in football. Johnson, a very good special teamer. So we don't know when all these guys will be back. We'll see how just how quickly, that they can suit up, but help is on the way for your Jacksonville Jaguars, and they may need all the help that they can get against a Bills squad that has gone scorched earth over the last 3 weeks.